Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
And it's Monday for Cam checking in from Waukegan. Said she needed this.
Just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away, mother. It's just one of those days. It's all about the he says, she says bullshit. I think you better quit, let it slip, or you'll be leaving with a fat lip.
Well, there we go. Here we are, 6:05. It's 55 degrees. Give you a traffic weather update here in about 4 minutes. So all the updated stuff. Give us that proof of life check-in, 312-591-8300. We always ask about the highlight of your weekend right around 6:40. But just give us that check-in. What's up? Thanks for being here. We have a lot going on. In fact, in just about 6 minutes, we'll get your first chance at something amazing. The When We Were Young Festival. We have a full VIP trip to see Weezer, Panic at the Disco, Blink-182, Offspring, Avril Lavigne, so many more. Emo dreams come true at the When We Were Young Festival. And you get a whole VIP trip. We'll tell you more about it in a second, but we will give you the first key word in just about 6 minutes for that. And then we have Dave Matthews Band tickets coming up in Clash with Kenzie, Halsey tickets and music entertainment news, plus some other stuff. And give us that check-in from the weekend. Kenzie, how you doing?
Doing good. I had a very fun weekend. I saw you.
Yeah, how about that?
Ran into your face.
Yeah, in my face. She was absolutely in my face.
I believe that.
This was Friday at the Jeremy Piven show at the Vic, which was hilarious. He was amazing. We had a unique experience there, though, didn't we, Kenzie? A bonded experience with that show.
Oh my gosh!
So I was at the early show. Kenzie came to the later show because she was over at Bandits doing a picnic an appearance, and I did a picnic appearance on Saturday at Puttery. But we'll talk about that more later. But so I'm going in with my wife at 7 o'clock. And by the way, again, the show was outstanding. Vic, incredible thing.
It's an incredible thing.
It was a beautiful thing. But as I'm waiting in line to get in, we kind of grabbed some food. We were running a bit late right by showtime. There was this woman out front who was really encouraging people to get in quick because they were filming a special. Jeremy Piven filmed his comedy special there, both shows. So I go, I get it. She wants people in there in their seats. And she was really, really loud, really yelling loud. Get in there. And make sure when you get in, make sure you laugh loud. I go, I laugh loud. I'm a pretty good laugher. It's all good.
I don't want you to laugh in your head. I want you laughing with your mouth. That's specifically what was said.
That's an actual quote from what she said.
That's funny.
Don't laugh in your head. Laugh out loud, which we appreciate that for this show, too. I know you're alone in your car maybe right now, but laugh out loud. Why not? Get it out.
It's good for you.
Yeah. And as, you know, we couldn't move. Someone was doing the security check-in. She kept yelling, get in there. I go, I can't jump the line. I'm here.
I'm in the line.
I'm in the line to get in. And then we proceeded, we got to get a drink before we get to the seat. And that's what me and Megan do, get a little drinky. And as we're trying to get there, she comes over and starts berating us while we're trying to get a drink. Get to your seats. I go, I just want a drink. I just would like a drink first. The Vic bartender looked at us like, oh boy. Yeah, because she was working, obviously, I think, for the production company that was filming. I'm not even sure exactly for Jeremy Piven. I don't know who was paying her salary.
I don't know. So anyways, I show up. So this is Brian.
Yeah,
Brian's in with all that.
First show goes on, and then Kenzie runs for the second show.
And then I show up because the meet and greet's in the middle. So we're doing, like in the middle of the two shows. I'm coming for the late night show. So Brian's doing the meet and greet after the show. I'm doing the meet and greet before the show I'm going to. So I get to see him.
Yay!
She's screaming how no one's getting solo pictures. Everyone's getting group shots. And I'm like, well, I'm not having Brian and Megan also in my picture. I'm not having a group picture before. Relax. Yeah. Just because I've met him before doesn't mean he has to be in my picture. I'll do one with my husband, but settle down. I'm not, because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to be on like 4 people away from Jeremy Piven on the other. I hate that. Yeah. It always happens to me. I'm at a minimum flanking him. Get over it. So Jeremy starts trying to say something to us. but she screams no talking so loud I couldn't hear anything he said to me.
Yeah.
So she's screaming no talking over him trying to talk to people in the meet and greet, so you can't hear him. And she goes, he has a lot of work to do tonight. And she like almost started on fire, I think. And I was like, okay, I don't even know what I did. I think I bowed when I walked away. I've never been so stressed. I swear to God, I felt like I was getting robbed. Like it was so, I've never been yelled at like that intensely before. So then I go downstairs and our show isn't seating. I was in very early because of the meet and greet. So no one else is there. And Brian and Megan stand next to the bar. Well, my husband and I are ordering drinks, right? She sees us and goes, get out. You're not allowed to be here unless you're here for the second show. So get out. And I go, well, we are here for the second show. She goes, well, then get in and find your seats immediately. And I'm shaking. And like, Brian's like, we're just going to leave, man. Like,
Yeah.
and like, it's so insane because like security for the building is not saying that. Like, I don't understand why she was worried about them leaving because like they weren't messing anything up. The show wasn't going to go on for at least like another 30 minutes. It was insane. So she tells us exactly where we have to sit. She goes, come here. And I'm like, oh my God.
I've never seen a terror look in Kenzie's face ever before. She was terrified of this woman.
Well, because I was like, I think she's going to make us leave. I'm not even kidding. Like, I was like, we're going to get kicked out of this effing show. And I haven't done anything. So I really wanted to go to the bathroom in the lobby, but she made me go sit down. And then people who had waited in line, because it was GA seating, so you wait in line early to get good seats. Case, you don't understand. If she didn't like your outfit, she told you couldn't sit in the first 3 rows.
That's awesome.
So people walked up, she goes, I don't think so, not in that color. And people are like, I was just, no, you will not sit up here. These are my rows. That's what she said. These are my rows. I say these rows. And I was like, I was sweating. I'm like, don't look at her, Justin. Don't look at her. Like, I was like, just whatever. I don't know what's going to happen. And I go, I have to pee so bad. He goes, oh my God, what are you doing? And I'm like, I go, the show doesn't start for like 40 minutes. And I raised my hand. I swear to God. And I go, am I allowed to use the restroom? She's like, if you hustle. I'm like, oh my God. I go, oh my God. I'm like, hold my drink. I felt like a linebacker. I was just plowing through people. I go, I don't know if I'm going to be allowed back in. I have never in my life felt the anxiety that I felt from this lady.
And I can tell you, as you know, we've given away so many VIP and backstage situations, and we've been obviously backstage a lot of things. I've never experienced anything like that before either. Me and Megan wanted to get a drink with Kenzie and Justin just before we left because it was an interchange time. And then when she went up and grabbed Kenzie and Roman, I go, we're out of here. So the Vic lost another, I don't know, $30 in drinks for 2 drinks there. But it was.
Well, had I stood up there, I wasn't even allowed to get another drink. I would have loved another, like, it'd have been a long night, like doing a morning show and then a bar gig and then here. And I'm like, we can't leave and get drinks. Like, the Vic would have been very dissatisfied with the way she decided she was secured because it stopped people from getting beverages, all sorts of things.
You know, back to the actual meet and greet part when Kenzie was describing, you know, we went up to take a picture with Jeremy Piven, you know, you can see it on our socials. And he instantly said, oh, my God, you came. That's so cool that you showed up. Because a lot of times radio guys say, yeah, I'll be there, and then they don't show up. He was like, it's amazing you showed up. That's so cool. As he's talking to me, she grabs my arm after the picture, starts dragging me away. Like I said, the government assassinated JFK. She was pulling me out like I was saying something. I was just talking. He's talking to me. I'm just trying to finish the conversation.
She yelled the same thing so many times. And I looked at like my husband. I'm like, just have your phone out. Just I don't know what's gonna happen, but she may actually kill us like a headshot. Like if we're not ready. I was shaking. I was just have your phone out. Don't ask questions.
Well, listen. It was a great experience.
Seems like it. Seems like a good time.
Jeremy Piven was awesome. And
I don't think it was his fault. I have no idea if he knew what she was doing.
I don't
I'm
think so.
Sure.
I don't think so. But
it was very scary.
It was amazing. All right, coming up here, a great experience for you where that won't happen. The When We Were Young Festival, a VIP trip. 6 minutes away, we'll give you that keyword.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for a fact that makes your brain go. That's a good fact for a Monday for everybody. Everybody involved. Every participator. The average penis size has increased.
Hit the rap horn.
I mean, that might be the whole fact. We don't need to talk about it. I believe it's been going down for a while, the average penis size. We'll have some data to back that up in a few minutes after Third Eye Blind. But why do you think the average penis size has increased, Kenzie?
I would. Okay. I would guess it's because, like, everybody is, like, becoming a mixture of something. You know how, like, they say in, like,
Whoa. What is that? I'm not sure what that means. I can't wait to hear this.
You know how they say, like, the average person. Wait, Case. Can't even hear myself think over there.
Sorry.
Is that the average person is going to be like more than 2 races in 40 years? You know what I mean? Like everybody's going to just be a mixed person of sorts.
Instead of just white people?
Well, that doesn't mean like, it doesn't mean if you could be Hispanic and white, black and white, like, you know, Asian and black, this and that. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying like it's going to become such a melting pot because like everybody's got like, even if like you're with like the same race, like your mom may not have been, you know what I'm saying? Like it's what's happening.
Race mixing, got it.
It's like, it sounds weird, but like there's supposed to be like no like one race person anymore, and like the next 40 years, like it's gonna be really weird for someone to be like, I'm one thing.
There's not gonna be many pure bloods left.
I don't like the way you said that. I'm not saying it like that.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of how you say it.
You know how on applications you're supposed to select your race? Like I watched a whole video on how like they're gonna eventually have to get rid of that because you're not gonna be able to have like the 75 everyone's 2 or more. Like it's not gonna exist anymore. There's a whole thing on this. It's science.
All right, we'll figure it out. Well, that could be the answer. Race mixing.
So we were throwing a lot of spices in the mix. Let's see what happens, baby.
And therefore,
apparently, big penis.
That's after it comes out of the oven. It's a big penis. Case, what do you think? You think it's race mixing?
I think there's going to be some people holding their purity, their pure blood as we go along. I don't think that's it.
Stop it.
And by the way, not a fan, not encouraging it. Just saying, I think a few people are going to keep it in the family, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like when you get with some, like it out. Okay, like my husband and I. Now our kids are Armenian, Brazilian, and Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's more than one race. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's happening now.
I don't know. Sometimes those Italian grandmothers go, "Why don't you find a nice Italian girl to marry?"
You're like, you know what? All the Italians are about 3 races also.
Well, it could be like in La Bamba when the dad goes, "What is he, Italian?"
He's good at seeing. So he'll be Italian and 8 other things. That's what I'm saying.
There you go. The race mixing penis theory. Case, what do you think?
It's radiation. We got our phones in our pockets. Now we got these giant penises.
You know, for years, when phones first started coming out there, they were like the radiation of the phone. It could kill you, so don't leave it in your pocket or don't leave it wherever. There was people saying that they were getting brain cancer from talking on the phone too much.
Okay.
But we don't talk about that anymore. Did the iPhone eliminate radiation? I don't know.
I surely don't think that's it.
I don't know what's going on. No one talks about radiation in the phone being a problem anymore.
I think we just got over it. Like microwaves. Nobody talks about the microwave being a problem really either.
Yeah. I guess it's just like forget there's bigger fish to fry than getting brain cancer from talking on your phone. I know you don't talk on your phone that much more anyways.
That's why. Nobody's talking about it.
But
Nobody's talking on the
everybody
phone.
sleeps it with it next to their head.
Yeah. And it's in your pocket by your penis. That's why they're getting bigger, allegedly. That's what Case thinks. Coming up after Third Eye Blind, we'll give you the answer on why the average penis size has increased. Good news for all involved. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with a fact that makes your brain go. Now, penis sizes have increased recently. And I think they've been going the other direction for a while. They've been getting smaller. And why? Why is that? Kenzie thinks it's because we're this big melting pot and a little bit of race mixing here and there, and you never know. Before you know it, there's bigger penises. Boom. Who knew?
Okay, because there's a literal science saying that no one's going to be one race anymore. I don't remember how many years. Like 50 years, no one's going to be a singular race anymore.
Yeah, I believe
that's
that.
What I'm saying.
I'm not sure that's a penis size thing, if science is saying that, but at least that's a theory. And
Yes.
Case just believes it's because our phones are in our pocket. The radiating of the penis is causing it to get bigger. Those are both great answers, but both are wrong. The average penis size has increased. And the blame, or the reward, is going to Ozempic.
What?
Now, when I saw that headline first, I thought, well, of course, because if you shrink the shed, the penis looks bigger. Your gut above the penis, the shed above it, would look...
The shed.
Yeah, you know, the shed. Can you see your penis when you look down?
I'm seeing less and less of it these days.
That's a shame.
I know.
You think it misses you? I'm like, goodbye.
I know. I miss my penis. I don't know if it misses me.
As he yelling, hello, echoes, hello.
What about how lonely?
Anybody there? There.
So
It's a dark shadow. He hasn't seen the sun in forever.
It's like Punxsutawney Phil.
now this isn't perfectly in a massive study of it, but there's people that have taken Ozempic and have said they've gained about an inch. And I'm not saying you should take Ozempic to gain an inch. The average penis size has grown 10% from 2022 to 2024, from 5.17 inches to 5.63 inches. Okay. Go measure yourself at leisure. I'm not sure if that's, the word is, I guess, flaccid. Or
Yeah, I was going to say, is that,
Be careful how we say it.
Kenzie, whatever word you're going to say, don't say it.
I think people know what I'm trying to say. You can say the flaccid
full
part.
grown or not?
Full grown.
It's got to be.
Now, here's a crazy one. With
I
those.
would hope not.
Within the last 2 years, Venezuelan men experienced an increase from 1.42 to 6.67.
And
That doesn't even,
congratulations.
obviously they didn't understand the measuring system previously.
Could have been a metric type of deal.
Conversion
who knows?
rate, yeah.
Yeah. Men's penises shorten as they get older, according to Dr. Vincent Viney. That's disappointing. Due to increasing body fat, like the shed above there, and increasing prostate size, drawing the penis back into the body.
You think it would just fall off at a certain age? My mom and I were talking about this the other day.
Were you?
Yeah.
How did that conversation start?
Because we were just talking, she was just kind of complaining that as men get older, they still want to have just as much sex, but women don't. And she goes, I just wish it would fall off, so they just couldn't.
Oh my God.
And I go, no, I hear you, because think about how many men then wouldn't, once they retired, wouldn't leave their wives for 20-year-olds if their penis had fallen off. It would have saved a lot of marriages.
I don't know, because I think if you lose your penis, you lose every kind of passion for life and probably love. I would
So then
think.
your wife's just your actual best friend. But what are you going to do?
I don't think she's your best friend if you lose your penis. That's just what I'm guessing. I think in general, I'm not saying it's a bad thing for the wife being angry toward her, but I think just you're angry toward the world at that point when your penis falls off your body.
And we're talking about old. We're talking about who was it? Robert De Niro that had a baby at 79. Maybe his penis should already fallen off. You know what I mean? Not 50 or something.
What's the youngest age that the penis should be able to fall off?
Probably 68.
What?
That's young.
No.
That's a young penis falling off, but 70s is what we're really shooting for.
Yeah, it's tragic if your penis falls off at 68.
That is 68's
But
the new
that's
38.
young. That's you could die young. That's a young fall off. I would say it would be probably good if it fell off in the 70s. These are old women. That's a lot for them.
Well, not necessarily. It could be a
In
guy
your
that
70s
married.
as a woman, it's get off of me. You know what I mean?
Aren't you saying that now?
Not as much as I'd like to. But by 70, if it hasn't fallen off.
Well, you might be taking Ozempic, and you check your penis size and let us know if this is scientifically accurate. Give us a highlight of your weekend. Maybe it relates to that. Maybe your penis got bigger, you had a good weekend. Check in with us, 312-591-8300.
Did it fall off and you had a bad weekend?
If you had a bad weekend, well, for a woman, maybe it's a highlight. If the guy's penis fell off, no more
We
sex.
would. If that happened, do you know how many women would be like, finally, my husband's penis fell off? They'd be excited.
312-591-8300. Give us the highlight of your weekend.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
We always like to reconnect with you on Monday, see how your weekend was. Give us the highlight of your weekend. Elena checked in from Chicago, said highlight was my daughter's 11th birthday sleepover bash. I'm sure that was great. She said everything was going pretty great till one girl had a bathroom incident, and my husband had to run out at 2:30 in the morning to get more toilet paper. Well, that doesn't sound fun. That doesn't sound like a highlight. Maybe we'll just move on from that one.
Yeah.
Dodger Boy checked in. Highlight, took a 2-week, 2,500-mile road trip vacation with my son. Hit 4 theme parks in Ohio, Toronto, Virginia, back to Ohio, plus Niagara Falls, and then went to the Hockey Hall of Fame. That's pretty good. I think
That's a kid's dream weekend.
I think I saw he hit Cedar Point, which is incredible in Ohio, one of the more nearby ones that's outstanding. 312 checked in, saw the Cubs win in Detroit behind home plate. Made the road trip to Detroit. A lot of people saw shows. Alejandro from Justice took my kids to their first concert. Saw Dexter and the Moonrocks in Peoria. veteran of Q101's Twisted Christmas. Case tried to get them to drive up here from Peoria to be on the show. And there are people said it was a routing toughness because Case thought it was easy just to bop up from Peoria and then continue the tour.
That's fake news. I did not think it was easy to bop up from Peoria.
Well, you did want him to route up here.
I did. And then they were like, no, the flight, and then they're going to Missouri. And I was like, so they can't? This seems like a weird way of saying they can't come in. They're like, no, next time. Look, no beef. Brian threw Dexter from the Moonrocks under the bus there, not me.
I'm not throwing him under a bus. I'm saying you want them to come.
They're going to be, the next time they play in the city, they will come in and hang out with the morning show. I really want them in.
Like I'm watching my parents argue.
I just, hey, they were in Peoria. I get it, far away. Alejandro, so glad not only did you go to that show, but that your kids had such a great first concert experience. That's awesome.
Yeah, it would have been great if they were in.
I agree, but they're going to be in next time, and it's all okay. Everything's fine.
Does it sound fine, Kenzie?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know you.
I feel like I'm missing details.
It's all good. Everything's fine. There's nothing to worry about.
When he described it to me, I felt like he thought they could bop up from Peoria, which is a 3-hour drive. It's not that easy.
Bopping anywhere. I didn't use the phrase bop up.
I'll go back to the tape of our private conversations because I taped them all.
Are you wearing a wire?
224 checked in. My highlight was seeing Pierce the Veil in Tinley Park, which if you follow them on social, that was their largest headlining show of their career. Tinley Park sold out, almost 30,000 people down there, and it looked epic.
It looked
amazing.
awesome. I got tagged in a lot of people who went to that because we gave away a lot of tickets for that show.
Yeah.
I was getting tagged in post left right. It started making me jealous. I'm like, that's enough.
Yeah.
I would have liked to be there working, so that's enough.
Sarah G checked in. Billy Strings crushed it 2 nights at the Allstate Arena. I don't know if you're familiar with who he is. He sold out the Allstate Arena twice. He's like a bluegrass, awesome guitar player. I wanted to go to that, but with Piven on Friday, and then I was hanging out in West Loop on Saturday with the people for picnic this weekend. Gave away some unique experiences. Couldn't make it to Billy Strings. Cowan and Lockport said, my buddy put an air compressor into a beer can and blew it into my other buddy's face over the weekend. It was hilarious.
That's awesome. Good for you guys.
630 also checked in highlight of the weekend. Alcohol rules. My wife and I had some of the best sex we've had in 26 years. Wow.
That's awesome.
I'm just guessing it's the first time they did it on alcohol?
On alcohol? What are you, a cop?
I don't know. Seems like the first time. Finally, we close with this one. Jacob from Chicago. My highlight of the weekend was that my penis did not fall off. Good job. Good job. All right, coming up, a lot to get to in sports with the Cubs. Why did we get an ejection in that game? It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.